I won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal parts about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, pin, pin. Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal parts about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, pin, pin. The secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, pin, pin.
What good stars, bright and beautiful. Interesting. But am I good or bad?
The question, I believe, is rhetorical.
Nein! It's a very serious question. I never do any bad things. And why? Because I was raised that way. Or maybe something's holding me back inside.
Your conscience, maybe.
And who is it, this conscience? How does he determine what's good and what's not so good?
We're not going to get through this without an espresso machine.
Oh, forget your silly machine. I really need to resolve this.
My friend, is there really any need to get upset? You've had integrity since the day you were born. It's us, ordinary mortals, who are forced to struggle between right and wrong.
Light, dark, good and evil. So many riddles. Oh, spheroscope. Tell me about the nature of light and darkness.
Light is a type of energy which we can see. Our eye sees a spectrum from red to violet. Therefore, our picture of the world depends on a substance's physical properties and its relation to the light in the optical spectrum. If we were able to see ultraviolet rays, then glass would not seem transparent to us. After all, ultraviolet rays cannot penetrate glass, and the world would look completely awkward in infrared light.
So what is this light made of then?
It's not possible to categorically answer that question. On the one hand, light can be considered to be an electromagnetic wave. On the other hand, light is a stream of particles. These particles are called photons, and they have their own energy and zero mass.
Compression. Right. Oh my God.
So how's the research coming along into good and evil?
You what? Oh, that! That can wait. I learned so many interesting things about this light.
There you go. Seems we did okay without the espresso machine.
This needs to be implemented immediately. Eins, zwei, ankles away! Compression! I must tell everyone about this.
Oh, dokily. And now we have the cleanest in the entire universe lollipop.
Holy carrots!
My friend, I've performed an incredible experiment.
96% pure lollipop.
Hey, invisible pin is much more interesting.
Ear-twistingly good.
Now I'll show you something that's truly ear-twisting. There we go. Now let's...
Uh-oh, are lollipops capable of doing that?
My sweet tooth friend, how could you be so careless in your handling and preparation of these compounds and mixtures?
And why are you blaming me?
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, I never... That was very entertaining. Here's someone who'll appreciate my invention. Rosa, it's me, Pin. just a little invisible. Look at the glass. It's flying all by itself.
Wow, cool! A flying glass!
Oh, Rosa, I didn't mean to.
Have you gone mad?
But it wasn't me!
Who then? Was it me? Stop! That wasn't funny at all! What a nice hobby.
I think for now, I won't tell anyone about my invisibility hat. It's so much fun!
What was that?
But it wasn't me!
You think it was me or something?
I will never get tired of this.
Ben! Here you are! Maybe you can help, huh?
Ja, natürlich. What do you need?
I need a pair of really strong handcuffs, or maybe a cage. Yeah, a cage would be better, I think. You know, to be absolutely sure. You know?
Huh, what for?
You see, I've been doing all sorts of bad things around here lately. The thing that bugs me about it is I don't even remember doing them. Like, not long ago, I apparently put glue in Dako's shoes.
Yeah, that's always a really funny one to do.
Well, no, not really. And I even, not too long ago, placed a thumbtack on Rose's chair.
You want to say that that was also a bad trick?
Oh, it was okay, I guess. What can you expect from a goof-off like me?
Oh.
If only I could remember what I've done.
But
Maybe I'm
you-
sleepwalking? Or maybe I even have multiple personalities?
No,
Huh?
mein Gott. What is it that I've done?
So
huh?
what? Do you think you can help? I think a cage with a lock is a great solution.
We don't need any kind of cage. Everything will be fine. I promise it to you. Why was I good before? Because I didn't have an invisibility hat. It's easy being good when everyone can see you, and vice versa. I could refrain. Forgive me, please.
My friend, it's quite touching to try to take all the blame, but to believe that you were responsible for all that is impossible.
No, integrity was built into your genes, I think.
It appears that... Nein.
And this story about an invisibility hat is, forgive me, simply unscientific.
But it's true. I'll explain the principles of my work. We already know that our atoms consist of a nucleus and electron. But there's much more free space in an atom than anything else. If an atom was a giant whale, then its nucleus would be the size of a pea in its stomach. And the electrons would be tiny grains of sand on its skin. When I learned how much free space there was inside an atom, I thought that through such an empty and hole-filled atom of photons would easily fly through and everything in the world would be transparent. But this just isn't true. And that's because when a photon goes through an atom, it has to take the electron and shift it from a lower energy level to a higher one. If the difference between levels is not great and the photon is strong, then it easily shifts the electron and is immediately absorbed. That's why light doesn't pass right through an atom. That's how atoms of any opaque subject work. So how does light pass through transparent objects? The atoms just have a far greater distance between their energy levels. The photons try to shift the electron to a higher level, but it can't, so it continues through until it's passed through all the atoms. And in liquids and organic bodies, it's even more complicated. In addition to the electrons orbiting around, the molecules themselves are vibrating, flying here and there, rotating and changing. Through that field, it's incredibly difficult for photons to go through. But I thought up a way to increase the difference in the energy levels of my atoms and reduce the molecule vibration, so the photons wouldn't get absorbed, and Pin became invisible. Invisible and very bad.
Neat! Can I see this thing?
I already destroyed
Oh,
it.
and I almost believed you.
Okay, I'll prove that I can be bad. Right, I'll take that and throw it at someone, and I will be laughing. No,
And?
I can't do it because you're all watching me.
That is exactly what we were proving.
Just what I needed. Proving Pin's good.
Well, it seems everything worked out all right. Oh, I can't even walk at all. Now everyone can be completely safe.
Crash, how about you doing an act of some real goodness?
Come on.
A moment of your attention.
Hey, Pin, what's with you today?
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's all me. Ha! I'm very bad penguin.
Maybe hide and seek?
We've played it 1,000,000 times. There's nowhere new left to hide on this ship.
Watching cartoons? That could be fun.
We've seen every cartoon in the ship's data banks a bunch of times already.
Checkers, then?
I'm really tired of checkers.
Well, there is one game, but you might find it too extreme.
Is that right?
I probably shouldn't have mentioned it at all. Forget it.
Tell me, come on, what is this extreme game?
A staring contest.
You mean too extreme for you, because I'm the staring master.
Care to prove it?
Love to. Prepare to be outstared.
Ready?
Get set, stare!
Your eyelids are getting heavier. You want to shut them and have a nice snooze.
Not falling for it. That is like the oldest trick in the book.
All right, how about this?
That's kid stuff.
It's always a pleasure to find a worthy opponent, and an even bigger pleasure to wipe the floor with them.
How are you gonna wipe the floor with me when I've already practically got you beat, Bunny?
We'll see about that.
There you are! Hurry, put on your spacesuits! We just landed on a wonderful planet!
Goodness, this certainly is an amazingly unique planet.
Just look at what's over there! Awesome!
Sweet sauerkraut. Would you just look at that? Wow, can that be real?
Yes, it can, my dear flightless feathered friend. 100% quite undeniably real!
Why'd this amazing stuff wait to come along when we couldn't take a look?
Oh, you want to look at it? Go on.
On second thought, I'm over impossibly wondrous other worlds.
Observe, my dear friends, just drink it in! Glorious natural phenomena such as these happen but once in 1,000 years! You will never have the chance to see this again!
Just look how the light sparkles, glows, and dances when it shines through these crystals.
It's just so beautiful.
Incredible.
Tell me, are these light beings dangerous for us at all?
They're harmless if you're as far away from them as us, so this light is perfectly safe.
What do you mean, this light? Does that mean there are other kinds of light that are dangerous?
There is, actually, but normal light is emitted by atoms and is harmless to us. Atoms emit light when they receive energy from being heated or from colliding with other atoms. When this happens, the atom's electrons receive energy and jump to a higher orbit, farther away from the atom's nucleus. But the electron cannot sustain a higher orbit indefinitely, so when it falls back to its original orbit, it releases the energy in a pulse of light called a photon. Now, normally an atom's electrons exchange orbits at different times and to different degrees, and because of this, the electrons release photons in all different directions. This is called spontaneous emission and causes radiation that is less harmful. A single photon is too weak to cause any damage, so even though there are lots of photons being emitted, because they're spread out, they're practically harmless.
What if we made a beam by gathering photons?
Excellent question. During a war in ancient Greece, the great scientist Archimedes gave mirrors to the warriors and ordered them to focus sunlight on enemy ships. The beams of sunlight are said to have set the ships ablaze.
Light, huh? Sounds like a great way to make this game more interesting. You probably won't burst into flames.
Crash, that's not fair.
I didn't make the sunshine.
Fine then.
Oh.
Everyone, our spacesuits are going to run out of power very soon. We need to skedaddle back towards the spaceship, all right?
It sure isn't easy to leave something this beautiful.
Be careful there, my young friends!
Hear that? We need to be careful.
We are definitely going to fall.
Do you forfeit then?
Not a chance.
Hang on, I'll save you, or not. Phew, that was not exactly a soft landing. Are you two all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Never been better.
Phenomenal! It's even more beautiful down here than on the surface. It's absolutely true, friends! Without exaggeration, this planet's the loveliest thing I've ever seen!
Holy carrots! Don't let him distract you.
But I'm not detecting any exits. It seems rather doubtful we can get out of here without any help. Mayday! Mayday! We're trapped down here! Do you copy? Hello, someone? Can anybody hear me? We need help! Anybody! We have a problem. Our signal can't get through all the crystal.
We'll have to smash through the crystals then, right? Chico, look around and find a way to do that.
Smashing stuff's your thing. You look.
I don't need to look at anything. All we need to use is the method of... What was that name? Archimedes will burn through them with sunshine.
Oh, good thinking, but Archimedes' method won't help us here, unfortunately. There just isn't enough light. Plus, we happen to be dealing with stone instead of wood. Can you imagine how much power a beam would have to break through these walls?
But isn't there a way to make the beam stronger?
Make it stronger? Well, of course there is! I can't believe I didn't think of it before, silly moose! While atoms eject photons in different directions, during spontaneous emission, radiation is weak. But if photons of the same color are made to fly all in a single direction, the radiation is greater. So all we have to do is cause the same colored electrons to jump simultaneously to the same orbit.
Well, then all we need to do is tame these wild protons. Giddy up!
Luckily, we don't need to tame anybody. Scientists have discovered that the electrons of certain crystal atoms will remain on a single higher orbit for longer periods of time before dropping back to their lower orbits.
But photons are still flying in different directions.
To make the photons coalesce, we have to direct a beam of light on the crystal. This beam of light has to match the color that is radiated by the electrons in it. The photons from this beam will draw photons from the crystal along with them, and the combination will create a powerful beam of light. We have created a laser beam, or light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. And when we have radiants that work in accordance with these principles, they're known as lasers.
Sweet, right? If we had a big laser gun, we could pew-pew our way out of here.
But where could we find a laser gun?
We have everything we need to make one right here with us. Now I've transferred some of the power from my spacesuit directly into the crystal. Now we project some light into it, which will result in induced radiation. Better close your eyes. It's about to get quite bright in here.
Shall we close our eyes?
You first.
Ready?
Just stop this nonsense. This is serious here.
Go ahead and shut your eyes first.
Get set.
You think you're so clever.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, here goes nothing. Fire!
And then... A few more days of my eye drops, and your peepers will be just fine.
Which one of us won the stare-off?
Not sure. We have to find a way to settle this.
Got something in mind?
Funky dance-off?
You're on.
My dear injured young friends, to try and make your recovery process a bit more interesting, Pin's built you a delightful, robotic little buddy.
Yeah. It's state-of-the-art and it's voice command activated. He can perform pretty much any task you give him. Robot, forward. Baby step. Robot, stop. Turn. Dance like no one's watching. Stop.
He's remarkably fun to play with. You can even program him with new abilities and commands. I hope this will help with your boredom problem.
May I give him a try? Robot, start jumping. Oh, hey, Robot, rub my trotters. Ooh.
Robot fights, baby!
While lasers have been weaponized, they actually have a number of excellent everyday applications. Doctors can use lasers in place of scalpels for surgery. Lasers scan barcodes when we shop. They entertain us in laser shows, and they are even used for measuring long distances in astronomy. Lasers have improved life in so many ways, their discovery had to be honored with the Nobel Prize. In 1964, two Russian scientists, Nikolai Basov and Alexander Prokhorov, and American scientist Charles Towns received the Nobel Prize in Physics for research that led to the construction of the laser.
Stupid cliff. Why can't rocks be soft?
Can I help you? Guess not.
Come on. No! The only cute thing on this whole planet!
You see what we've stumbled upon? This new planet is amazing! We were even lucky enough to find water! Just think of all the amazing things we can find! Maybe even life!
Can we call this planet Crashville?
Let's get some other suggestions first. Whoa!
I'll be. This place can get all the way down to 100 below.
Whoa! 100 below what? Whatever it is, I'm freezing my tail off.
Come check this out. Something's down here.
It seems you're right. Whatever's inside certainly appears to be living. Phenomenal!
It's like a present! Let's open it up and see what's inside!
Wait! We must be careful. We can't hurt whatever's inside.
I've seen this movie before, and what happens next is never good. This is a bad idea, I tell you. Explorers bring back something cool from space. They take it all the way to their spaceship. They let their guard down, and disaster strikes.
Hang on. What disaster?
Bad disaster. Let's say the kind involving monsters. Imagine you wake up and decide to check out our mysterious life form. But when you get in there, seems the ice has melted already. You consider waking someone else up, but surely everything is fine. But wait, what's that noise?
Hang on, guys. Maybe we should wait and see what's inside first, before it's free.
Yeah, and this is how we find out.
Stop! There is a way to see inside without breaking it out.
Wait, is this like a magic trick?
Science is better than magic. Ladies and gentle creatures, please give a hand to our assistant in 3, 2, 1. Can anyone see what is inside this rabbit?
No, we can't. He's solid.
That's correct. There's no way we can see what's inside him because he isn't transparent.
I believe it's due to the power of light photons. Visible light is pretty weak. Photons simply don't have the power to pass through solid objects. When it encounters something solid, like Crash, they just get reflected or absorbed.
That's right. Your average photon is just too weak. However, we need to use something a bit more powerful. Let's look at a little bit of radiation.
Oh, of course. X-rays have higher energy and can pass right through our soft tissue.
But if X-rays go straight through our whole bodies, we still won't be able to see a thing.
No, there are some things even these X-rays aren't able to pass through. Harder objects like bone just end up reflecting the rays. Let me show you. Here's how it works. Our bones are dense, but our other parts like skin, fur, and muscles are soft. So the X-rays pass through the soft stuff and stop at the bone. So, whenever we look at an X-ray, what we see are the parts that reflect radioactive photons. So we can see Crash's unique diet. Anyway, are we clear now?
I'm not clear. If we were, we wouldn't need X-rays.
That makes so much sense. We should X-ray our findings before breaking it out.
How about we leave it on the planet? Just skip the X-ray entirely. No one asked me.
I second that.
One moment.
Well, what did you see?
Wait, it's not that simple. We have to process it. Once the image is processed, then we can analyze our data. So thrilling!
Well, we are doomed.
No, don't say that.
By the time those images get processed, we'll all be eaten.
Oh, it's not true. Oh, help! We're all going to be eaten by a space cliché. Save me! Oh.
It's amazing! We discovered new life! I knew there was something incredible inside! Phenomenal!
Neato! This thing's finally almost melted.
What is that?
Hmm?
My beakers! Stop
No!
that!
Stop!
Save yourselves! I'll destroy this thing.
Now, what gives? Well, thank goodness. I was freezing in there. Being stuck in someplace cold is basically the opposite of what bears are supposed to do.
But Barry, how did you get stuck in there?
I fell. It was not too bright. I thought it was mud, but no. I froze instantly. Guess the sun went down. Lucky it found me. It wasn't fun.
That's good. And I've seen this movie before, too. Too good. A lonely astronaut left behind on a planet.
No, this outdoes the movie. Barry, we're all just tickled pink that you're back, aren't we? Tickled pink? Guys, anyone seen Rosa?
When I get back, all of you are gonna pay. Oh, stupid planet.
X-rays are credited to a German scientist named Wilhelm Röntgen. After he discovered the X-ray, other scientists wanted to call it the Röntgen ray. However, he instead just wanted to name his discovery X-rays. Röntgen had stumbled upon a new type of physics that no one else really understood, but he knew that what he had found could be useful. Seeing people's bones could help medical science immensely. His discovery was so impressive, he won the very first Nobel Prize in physics ever in 1901. The medical community could now flourish with X-rays. And this paved the way for other scientists to now get physics Nobel Prizes too, like Max von Laue, who discovered more about X-rays, or William Henry Bragg and Lawrence Bragg, or Charles Barkla. They all continued to study X-rays and change what we know.